Hey y'all, I'm Tiana Michelle and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be recreating a hairstyle that I saw in this young lady. I don't want to mispronounce her last name, but her name is Paula, and I saw her wearing this hairstyle during Paris Fashion Week back in October. By the way, I'll be using the Dude's braid gel, and I also have my 3-part mirror. It makes doing my hair so much easier. I'll link everything I'm using down in the description box along with the video that helped me with braiding my hair. Her tutorial is a gem. I did exactly what she did, so I went ahead and pre-parted my hair. After I pre-parted my hair, I did some cornrows without any products, and then I went back to officially do my braids. As you can see, I've already done half of my head, so I'm going ahead and starting on the second half. What I did is I started by my ears and then went to the middle of my head just to make sure everything was parted as neat as I was going to do it. I wasn't worried about the parts being perfect because this is my first time ever doing a style like this, and I'm not good at parting. My fiance actually helps me part my hair. I'm attempting stitch braids because I want this style to look as close to the original as possible. I watched so many tutorials and a lot basically said to go ahead and make your pre-parts for the stitch braids to make it easier to have that stitch effect. I don't think mine are going to be like perfectly stitched, but it's getting there. I literally just woke up a couple weeks ago knowing how to cornrow. No lie, it happened overnight. It was the beginning of January, and I woke up that morning and this voice in my head said, "Go in the bathroom and braid your hair. You know how to cornrow now." So I went into the bathroom and I did one braid, and I knew how to cornrow. Now, I've always been able to braid my hair to the side, like add 2 little braids in the front or do 2 giant braids on my hair. But as far as cornrowing back on my own head, I've never been able to do that. I've always struggled with it. I definitely need to keep practicing a couple more times until I really grasp what I'm doing, because my fingers are fighting with each other. But I think I can officially say that I'm retiring from the Black Girls Who Can't Braid Club. Doing the exact same thing here, where I'm taking the braid gel to smooth my hair down before I begin braiding it. It's funny, I saw this hairstyle back in October and I knew that I was going to do it some way, somehow, even though I did not know how to braid my hair then. And it was coming up closer to the time where it's time for me to actually film the video, and then I hurt my elbow really bad. I thought I almost broke it and I had to go to the doctor to make sure it wasn't broken. So I ended up taking a week break, and I didn't think that I was even going to be able to do this hairstyle, but here we are doing it. I'm so glad that I was able to. That made me realize how much I use my arms and how important they are for doing my hair. So thank goodness I did not injure myself. But I'm taking my time here to make sure the braid is very neat, and I kind of switched hands around this point because I didn't want the braid to go too far. Like, I didn't want it to be too close to the part, if you know what I mean. I want it to be more so in the middle of that section, so I had to switch my hands to make sure that it would be neat. And you can see I'm struggling here. Okay, this was me the whole time, just struggling because I'm still trying to figure out how my hands are supposed to work. But with more practice, I will get it. I feel like as long as it's neat, who cares about the struggle? But I will say that I respect braiders, people who do hair for a living, who do other people's hair, other people's braids. I respect you, because my hands were cramping so bad. It was so painful. I don't know how people do this. Like, y'all deserve all the respect. After I was done, I had to soak my hands. I honestly did not even get to finish this hairstyle in one day. I had to do my braids the night before, and then I went back and finished the style and added the roses the next day because my hands were just hurting so bad. And I think it's part of me hitting my elbow, y'all, because I hit my elbow really, really bad. And even though I didn't break it and there's no bone damage, I am hoping that I did not mess up my nerves. But my arm is definitely not feeling the same as it did before. But you know, it takes time to heal. I'm using a small bit of the Pattern Beauty mousse to tame any flyaways before tying my hair down. Now, I think the braids look pretty good for my first time. They are not perfectly neat, There's some parts that's a little crooked in the parts and the braids, but
I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I've only been doing this for 2 fucking days.
I'm using the Kiss Edge Fixer to smooth my edges just a little bit. I didn't leave any edges out, but this is my favorite edge control to use. I've been using it for years. It's pretty much what I always use to smooth my edges. Now it's time for the highlight of the style. I got these roses from the grocery store. It's almost Valentine's Day, so they're super easy to find, but getting them on my hair was the hardest thing ever. I tried rubber bands at first. Why did I do that? These are real stems, so it broke right off. Eventually, I figured out how to get them to stay by putting a rubber band at the nape of my neck and then sliding the rose stem under the rubber band. Then I put a little gold jewelry piece over it, and then I took a gold string and I wrapped it around so it was nice and secure, because using rubber bands is hard to fit over the rose petals. It's just going to break off, so I needed something to wrap over it. I only use this hair jewelry to secure the rose. I don't actually want it to show, so I cut off the excess string, and then I took my braids loose at the bottom to wrap around, and I kept wrapping my hair around the rose stem until it was to my liking, and then I used a rubber band to secure it. I only wrapped the rubber band around twice, and I used a bigger rubber band because I was so terrified that I was going to break the rose stem again. And in the original hairstyle, they use small roses. I couldn't find any mini roses in the grocery store, so I just went with the smallest rose that I could find. I repeated the same steps with adding the roses to the bottom of my braids until I was all finished, and that is pretty much it for this hairstyle. I love doing creative hairstyles, and of course this is not something that you would wear every day, but it's really cute for a special occasion. I did end up wearing this out on a date, and then I took the roses out at the end of the night. I'll be wearing my braids as a regular style for the next week, and yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If so, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think about this style, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah.